My boy Aaron, Impact and Chill, back at you again, brother.
Sup,
We have good
brother?
conversation, don't we, man? We
Oh,
have good conversation, man. It's changing. The conversation is changing, bro.
yeah.
So, I
It
mean, the subject we got going on tonight, man, what do you think?
it needs to happen. It needs to happen. I think what we try and do is we try and push the bar. We try and push our own mindset and our own way of thinking outside our normal week. It's like for you to have a look at wanting to become better in business, in relationships, in your own life. So you need to keep stretching yourself. And this, I think, is actually a really cool pivotal moment. It's a pivotal moment on everything that we have been working up to. Because here's the thing, like I'm going to refer back to the gym. You start a new gym journey. You've never been to a gym before. You start your exercise program. Everything's clunky. Everything's just like rusty. Your movement's shit. It's like you feel weak. Like there's insecurities. All of the stuff that will try and tell you why are you doing this? You shouldn't be doing this. Don't come. Everything's there. Then all of a sudden, you keep pushing, you keep doing it. All of a sudden, it just clicks. All of a sudden, everything just makes sense. All of a sudden, you're like, you just hit another level, another gear where you know you're confident enough to put the weights up, your movements are going great, and you want more. I think that's where we're at right here, right now in our own lives with everything that we're doing, with our own coaching programs, with what we've experienced over the last, let's go, the last 3 months. I think we're at that point now. It's like, nah, this is not where we're at. We need to raise that bar. We need to scale up.
Oh, so we're talking about scaling up. And I
Ye-
think that the important part to understand with this is that the only reason why I believe we're talking about this, Aaron, is because we're now sitting with people that the conversation is different. You're now sitting with people that are doing what we want to do.
mm,
We're
mm.
hearing Zooms, we're hearing trainings, we're a part of these groups that are the conversation is just different. And Aaron, I got to be honest, man, until I actually was put in that position, I understood the concept, but to your point, not until you just catch that fire, you just catch the wind, and all of a sudden you go, this is what they talk about. When you're now sitting around with those people that are already doing that, you start speaking like them.
Mm.
Hence the word scale, right? So, Aaron, let's talk about it, bro.
Yep.
When's the right time, right? And again, we're not just talking business. When is the right time for you to stop what you're doing currently and scale? What is it? When is the right time for you to start something to scale? Right. And then if you look at it, man, we talked about this for a minute, but when you look at your day, the only way you know if you can scale, you can move one piece to the puzzle another way is if you know what your day looks like.
Mm.
If you have an audit on your whole day, you go, okay, there's a new opportunity for me to do X, Y, and Z, but where does this fit into my day? The data is still the data, bro. And I love that you always say that because it's so true. You can't just go, yeah, I'll take on everything. Then you become a yes man. And guess what? You fail. You can't say, yes, I'll take on 15 different things. And then guess what? There's no family time.
Yep.
Something, something will always get put on the back burner, bro. So you talk to me a little bit about this, man. When is the right time and how do you go about it?
There is no right time. Both you and I know that. There's no
Ooh.
right time.
Ooh.
All of a sudden you will have this overwhelming thought that where you're at is not good enough. And the difference between knowing and this is where we're at. We're surrounded by those people that have already done are doing the hard work. But you know what? Here's the thing that they're not staying stuck. They're constantly stretching, they're constantly expanding, they're constantly scaling. So yeah, you're never going to be ready. You just need to know within your mind, within your heart, that it's like where you're at is not good enough. And then this is where a lot of coaches would turn around and say that, okay, well, remove things out of your life that no longer serves. No, 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 that doesn't fucking work. You now need to start doing the things that make a difference. You start need to add in the things that make a difference. And you're talking about data, you're talking about your schedule, you have a look at your schedule. Then you start thinking about, okay, well, the things that I'm doing, are they producing results? Are they actually producing more money? Are they producing more productivity? Is it, am I just busy for the sake of being busy, or are they getting me results? And it's like return on investment. Return on investment, I look at return on investment through energy, return on investment through time, return on investment through money. That's when all of a sudden, when you get to that scale point of view, that's when those things make the difference. Like, and that's my personal opinion anyway. And it comes down to when you're training. Like, let's look at it from a gym reference perspective that you want to have the most intense, the most effective workout you possibly can with not wasting your fucking time. You don't want to go there just for the sake of going to the gym. You want to go to the gym and you want to get your results. Good. Well, how do you do it? Well, lift heavy shit. Don't be afraid of lifting heavy shit because that's the only way you're going to get the results. And start eating healthy. We don't want to eat healthy because you love your fat food or you love your fast food or you love your shitty food. And it's like, yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's clunky. It's just fucking, but when you get to a point where it's that scale, when you get to a point where it's like, no, something's got to change, all of a sudden you just, it's that next gear, you know, it's that mental toughness game that you play. And we talk about it quite a bit. It's that mental toughness game that all of a sudden you look at it, go, okay. And then these questions and all these fucking conversations that you have in your head, if not now, when, you know, and then you also look at it, go, okay, well, if I keep going down the way that I'm going, or well, fuck, nothing's going to change. So something has to change. All right. Well, then that's all of a sudden when the motivation, the inspiration, the determination comes in of going, I've got to do the hard things. You do agree? Like, I mean, it's just, it's for me that's kind of
I'm
how it
sitting
all.
here, bro. I'm sitting here thinking about what you're saying, right? And the one thing that I will say is you're not tired, you're uninspired.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, Aaron. I I come back to this auditing your day because the truth is you could have had one hell of a day in your corporate day job, right? So then you decide because you're tired, you're not tired, you're uninspired, you're going to come home and you're going to sit on the couch from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. and you're going to just gather up all the TV that you can gather up because you had a hell of a day. And oh, by the way, I'm going to pour myself, some alcoholic drink just to take the edge off. All those things, Aaron, in your mind have been validated as reasons why you deserve what you're getting. Well,
Mm,
yeah, you deserve what you're getting, all right, because now you're not serving yourself, right? And so that's what I'm saying, Aaron, is it's being uninspired to the point where you got to go, hey, my brain has to stay turned on here. I have to go, does this decision right here serve me? Is this making me money? Is this helping
mm,
me grow? Is this helping me, again, like you say, to your point, going back to the gym reference, if I'm lifting the lightest weights, well, am I really putting myself through any stress, or am I just lifting for the sake of lifting? Or am I putting myself through uncomfortable, hard shit that it's actually working in my favor? I may not be seeing it right now, but man, if I do this enough times, it's repetition, not just the gym,
mm,
but coming home and going,
mm.
you know what? I have to carve out time for this. And what is that thing? What is that thing that inspires you? If you don't have that, once again, you're not tired, you're uninspired.
Yeah. Everything and the mindset changes that you start now looking at going, is any and this is everything we do, is it producing results? All of a sudden that scale up mentality, that level up mentality, that where we're at is just not good enough mentality. You just get to a point where it's like, is everything I'm doing, is it producing a result? And the result is when we're in business, you're an entrepreneur in business, you're wanting to make money. Let's be real here. We're wanting to make money. We're wanting to create a life that we can look at it and go, you know what? Fuck, I'm proud of my life.
Mm.
So when you have a look at all of those aspects, then yeah, that's where you start putting in these things. You're a lot more certain and you're not more sure. You're a lot more determined to do the things that you normally would avoid, which is, magic is in the things that we avoid. And when we start, just go back to that famous quote. So when we
Yep.
start looking at our schedule, we start looking at the data, and the data is look at your body, look at your bank account, look at your relationships, like you look at everything. You look at the time that you're wasting on just needless bullshit, which is either sitting in front of a TV and watching a 2.5 hour footy game, or an NRL game, NFL, and you're looking at how much time do you spend scrolling. You look at your time, how much time you spend watching TV, and then you realize you're like, holy fuck. No
Yeah.
wonder I'm where I'm at because I'm not doing anything. And Andy Frisella, is he says a good reference, and look, I can use it for data and all this. What he does is goes, all right, let's just replay the last couple of weeks. Let's just replay your life up till this point. And you know you're not where you need to be because you just look at the replay of everything and every decision that you've made has got you to the point where you're at now. And that's another thing that I think that a lot of people, you need to fucking own. You need to own. I am where I'm at based on my decisions up till now. I'm not where I want to be. Bank account wise, not where I want to be. Physically, I'm not where I want to be. But you know what? The difference between me and some other fucking mediocre person is that I'm putting in the work to ensure that my tomorrow is better. I'm not constantly looking at where I have been in the past. My past has given me to where I am now. And I'm not looking at it going, oh, fuck, this is all that life's given me. No, no, no. I'm getting off my ass and I'm doing the things. I'm looking at my data constantly and I'm looking at my schedule. What is going to give me my return? And what's the return I want? The life I want to create. And I want to be able to sit there and go, you know what? I fucking love my life.
Damn. And that's so good, Aaron. I'll use an analogy here, bro. It's one of the things I heard years ago. One of my buddies said, he said, if you fill up a bathtub full of ice cold water, and then you grab a cup and you fill that with hot water and you go dump that into the cold tub, is it automatically going to get warm? It's
Mm.
automatically going to warm right up, dude. And I use that analogy for your progress every day, right? Are you putting the hot cup of water in the cold tub to eventually change that water that might take forever to do? And are you willing to get that cup of hot water and put it into the cold tub every single day? And the
Mm.
analogy is showing up and doing this hard stuff, this uncomfortable stuff that this is not the glory part of the job, right? Or of what our vision is for what we want our life to look like. And honestly, Aaron, I love that you said this, bro, because I don't know that we ever arrive at that moment, right? You always get hungry. Dude, you could have, the best body, the biggest bank account, and you're still hungry.
Yeah.
You're still hungry to help more, to add more value, to figure out how to scale up, right? Who else can I help? All right. Because I've helped so many people, I'm now successful. But now I'm hungry to scale up and help even more people. How can I do that? Where can I actually add more value? I think the whole point of this podcast is, Aaron, is that you don't ever arrive. You're
Mm.
always figuring out a way to scale.
Yeah. You never will. It's you trying to find perfection. Perfection's not a thing. You ask any bodybuilder, they're never good enough. They're never lean enough. They're never big enough. You ask someone in business, and especially when they love doing what they're doing. And this is not just purely from a monetary point of view that they don't just love all the money coming through. It's like they just love to see lives being changed. And yeah, they want to be able to change the world. And a lot of people that all of a sudden put everything into their business, it's like, yeah, I want to change the world. I want more people to feel what I'm feeling. And let me ask you a question though. 2 weeks ago, where was your mindset 2 weeks ago? And
Oh,
knowing, okay, and knowing what was presented to you and knowing what you needed to do, like where was your mind 2 weeks ago?
scarcity mindset, Aaron. And this is the thing, man. I'm going to say this only because it's real. I want everybody to know, right? I mean, I still struggle with that where I have to snap myself out of it and go, man,
Yeah.
stop. This is no longer you. It's no longer serving you. But in that moment, Aaron, I had something presented to me where I was still freaking out and go, even though I knew that this was a life-changing opportunity, I still got freaked out because it was such a big thing that the universe went ahead and delivered for me against my will, Aaron, right?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing about this. It still delivered it. And you know what ended up happening? It was almost like the next analogy I'll use is I was just pushed into the deep end of the water. You're going, regardless if you're ready or not, regardless if you have the funds or not, you're going. Here we go. And dude, in the last 2 weeks, what's happened? I'm not saying all of a sudden that all the results and everything has come. But no, it's not even that, man. It's all of a sudden the belief, the mindset shift, the people that are now in my circle, all of these things have just changed like that. Where now the way I speak about it, it's not if, it's when. It's when it happens because now I'm obsessed and I'm thinking to myself, why am I thinking of this as an expense and not an investment? So now all of a sudden that's in my arsenal for the next time somebody has a question about the way that I run my program. I'm going to go, but this is an investment.
Mm.
This is not an expense. Don't think of it that way. So, bro, it's just such a learning opportunity that I had in the last 2 weeks. Absolutely changed the game for me, bro. So, without giving everything away, that's what I'll tell you, man.
Hey, if people want to know more, it's like hit us up. We're happy to share because this is the thing. Like from a business perspective, 2 weeks ago you looked at all these things and you had like a program in front of you of all the things that you needed to do, and you're like, "Holy fuck, how the hell am I going to put all of this in?
Yeah.
Where am I going to find the time? All of that shit." Then all of a sudden, once you start putting those little pieces together, then you start getting hungry. You put all these little things in place, and then you start to realize, like, holy fuck, it actually makes sense. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's when you start to, that vision starts coming in and that belief starts coming in, and you can start seeing like the light at the end of the tunnel. You start seeing that, you start visualizing it. You're getting these small wins along the way, and you're like, holy fuck. And then you look at it even more, and then you're trusting the process even more. Like 2 weeks ago, it's like, holy fuck, how am I possibly going to get this done? Within these 2 weeks, with the feeling and everything that you've felt. So let me ask you where you're at now. And this is a perfect example with the whole scale from 2 weeks ago. And we're only talking 2 weeks, guys. Two
That's it.
weeks, man. Like your life can change in an instant, and your life does change in an instant when you instantly change your thought. That's all it comes down
Oh,
to.
so
So
good.
let me ask you something, John. From 2 weeks ago, when you're like, oh, fuck, how can I make this work? To knowing in your gut, knowing in your heart, I have to do this. And if I don't do this, then I might as well fucking throw it all away. So you jumped in, you like, this is it. You jumped in, you went all in. So the things that you needed to add into your day, add into your schedule, add into your business, where do you see the future now
Mm.
with you, with your marriage, with your life, with business? Where do you see your future?
The simple answer, Aaron, that I'll give you on this, brother, is I'm now speaking confidently about where I'm headed. You and I use this analogy again. I'm on this analogy kick today, but we talked about jumping on a plane with a pilot that didn't know where he was going, right? And bro, it's so crazy. I was just having this conversation with my wife yesterday where I was telling her when Focus 20, when I start scaling clients and when I started just doing the when thing here, not if. And before it was if this, then this, if, all of a sudden one word has changed there, and that's when. When this happens, it's going to be game changing. So that's in the marriage part of it. The business part of it, it's just how many people can I reach out to that need this opportunity, that need this service. And because you know that there's 8 billion people on this planet, bro. You mean to
Mm,
tell me that we've met everybody and that everybody's doing it? No, no. And even if they are doing it, they haven't met John and Aaron. They haven't met us yet. We have authentic programs. We are coming from an authentic place and we have powerful stories. So, bro, now the future for me, every moment that I get to add value to both my life and somebody else's life, I'm taking full advantage of that. I am no longer staying quiet about it when I'm in a room full of people. People know what I do, they know what I am about, they know who I am, and they will hear me speak. Whereas before, Aaron, I was very nervous to talk about it. So what would happen before is they would say, "What do you do?" And I'd say, "Oh, well, yeah, here's my day job." And then I was so casual about Focus 20 that no wonder why they were casual about Focus 20. Oh yeah, that's his little side. No, this is my brand. This is my business. I am the CEO and founder of this business. I need to speak this big about. So, bro, that's that's the difference between now and 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, it was
2 weeks.
casual. It was nervous. It was nerves. Did I did I make the right decision? Am I doing the right things? I was questioning everything, and now the confidence has gone through the roof just in the last 2 weeks of experiencing what I've experienced. Brother, it's
two
next level
weeks,
stuff.
2 weeks when
That's
a
it.
lot of, yep. I love it. And I've experienced the same thing over and over again. It literally takes a short amount of time. You know, um, I'm going to quickly use a reference that you're overweight. Okay. I'm not going to be politically correct there. You're fat. You know you're fat. You're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're fat. Let's be fucking real. I'm not going to play into this agenda of love yourself who you are. If you're fat, you're unhealthy. No, I'm not going to play into that. So let's look at it. That you're look at yourself and you're fat. You know you need to do something, but there's a belief story. There's a habit. There's that comfort that you're in because as human beings, we don't like pain, whether it be physical pain, whether it be emotional pain, mental pain. We don't like pain. And when we're there, we're lost souls. You just fucking just ask John his story. I mean, it's a real thing. And all it takes is one one different action, one different thought. It takes with just starting with one thing, and that one thing is to convince yourself you don't like where you're at. The other thing is you need to seek help. When you
Mhm.
seek help and you seek someone who can support you, help you, and are with you, not do the fucking work for you, but it's like, I have a template. I have a process here that's going to help you get out of the shit that you're in. And you can look at it from a physical perspective, as in the reference that I just made. You can look at it from that, you just need to be a better person. And when you become a better person, all of a sudden you start thinking differently. All of a sudden you start thinking that, fuck, I can do anything. And that's where we want you to go with a lot of our coaching programs.
Mhm.
The other thing is that seeking help and seeking help from a coach, investing in yourself in a coach, because there's a proven platform, there's a proven protocol, and there's a proven step by step action plan to take that's going to get you to where you want to be, whether it be in John's program, whether it be in my program. And both of us have actually taken on a coach to help us level, scale our businesses to that next level. We're both stepping into that stage of doing things that we've never done. We're like, holy fuck, there's a lot of work here. But simple as is, within 2 weeks, all of a sudden you look at it, you believe the process, you believe, because all of a sudden now starting to see why so many people are on this journey of personal excellence, becoming better, becoming better. And that
Man,
only way, if you want the life of your desires, the life of your dreams, the only way, there's only one fucking way in order for you to have it, is that's to start getting out of your own way and to start doing the things that you know you need to do, the things that you're avoiding. We're all avoiding shit, every single one of us. So instead of you looking up to someone or looking at someone on social media and going, fuck, I wish I had their life, or you're hating on them, you're hating on someone starting the journey and doing the work. If you're hating on that, then you know what? You only got yourself to blame. You only have yourself to blame. So, John, closing state. Let's go closing statement here. Closing statement on you. There's always a fence setter. There's always a fence setter. There's always someone that's got a fucking opinion. We're not going to be. I'm not going to. We're not going to focus on the haters. What I want you to do. You've always got someone that's sitting on the fence, and they know, like in their mind, they know that they're hating where they're at. Hating's a harsh word, but let's go there. But they just look at it and like, fuck, I hate my life. What's what's two strategies? Two strategies for someone that can they can move forward.
wow. I think the first strategy, Aaron, is how bad does it hurt? right? That's going to be all, it's always going to be my question because that was the question I got when I was on the fence and I was nervous and I know what I could do, what I should do. I was all over the place and it was just something that had never been presented to me. And you know what got me, Aaron, was hearing somebody's story on how it changed their life. And we can hear a million stories there. And
Mm.
that's the thing, right? I could sit here and tell you a million stories about successful people. And if you're not in the right headspace, you're going to take it as who cares? I can't resonate with them anyway. But the truth is, Aaron, I will say, man, is you have to get to a point, and I've done plenty of posts about this. It has got to be rock bottom. I mean, and you said it before, hate is a strong word, but you really got to hate your situation. Otherwise, you won't change. I mean, if you've got a job that's paying just enough of the bills and you're doing just fine, it's not hurting enough. I've been in that space too, where I've had a great corporate job that was paying great money. You know what that did? It caused me to just chill on my dreams. It's you've got to be so hungry. So the strategy is how bad does it hurt? I mean, I think that's, I don't know if that's really a strategy more than it is just a question. How bad does it hurt? And then the second thing is, how much do you believe in yourself? Because I know this, Aaron, for me personally, man, the belief part of this really got me because I was saying I believe, but my actions were showing otherwise. And so I was all over the board. And I think this is so important to remember that if you really want this, you're breathing, you're living it. It's always on your mind. It's bugging you, almost like if you're hungry 24/7. You know what that feeling is like, right, Aaron?
Yep.
They actually say too. I mean, there's been, and I don't know if it's military or what it is, but they say that a lot of these guys that are getting put through the ringer, they don't feed them, and they don't feed them because they're so hungry that they're willing to do whatever it takes to get that next meal. So imagine that being you for a minute, whether it's
Mm.
business, whether it's whatever it is, whether it's bank account, whether it's what does that look like? Are you fine? Okay, fine. Maybe we won't hit you. This isn't for you. But I just know for me, brother, it was hearing somebody say, "Hey, this program changed my life." And just so you know, there's never going to be a
Yep.
right time, which you and I have said. And then how much do you believe in yourself? Because I don't want to let myself down. That's the problem. Well, actually, that's not the problem. That's where I'm at now. Is everything that I am tasking myself to do, if I don't do it, nobody cares except for me.
Mm.
I'm a one man show in this coaching space right now. So if I don't deliver, I'm lying to myself. So if there's a strategy there, stop lying to yourself. And you've said that a million times, Aaron.
Stop fucking lying. Exactly. We have to get real. We have to get real with ourselves. And you're right. I love that first strategy as well. The first realization is like, at what point and how much pain do you need to feel before all of a sudden you start to move. And we just look at the stats for men. Sadly, there's a lot of men that just don't move and they get stuck and are lost. And you know what? There's a whole heap of reasons why I think a lot of men get stuck. And a number one would be that they're just unable to express themselves, unable to have those conversations. So if there's one thing out of all of this, it's like men, well, where when you have a look at, just look at the data, 75% of suicides are men in Australia. And that's literally year on year. So just look at the data. So the first one is, stop fucking lying to yourself, get out of your own way. Like, have an immense belief of who you are and what you're meant to do, and the importance that you actually have in this world. Don't look at it from your world, but the importance that you have in this world, and just just start having reach out, just reach out. I don't want it to get to a point where it's just painful enough where you can't pick yourself up. And both John and I's program will help you. Yeah, it's going to be intense. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be these things that you look at it and they're going to test you. They're going to test every sort of fiber and who you are as a person. It's going to test. the stories you're telling yourself about yourself. And that's the whole purpose of it. The whole purpose is for you to test, your own belief stories, your own actions. And a quote that I've been putting out recently is that in order for change to occur, you need to change your beliefs and you need to change your actions. And I think a lot of times we only start talking about our stories we tell ourselves and the belief stories and changing our limiting beliefs. Yeah, but there has to be action as well. If you don't put any action in place, then it's not going to be ultimate change. Because here's the thing, our thought process might be different, where we're talking differently, we're having a lot more self-belief in ourselves, but we're still wanting a different outcome. And that different outcome can only occur through action. So I think that's what we have. I know this is, I want people to leave this a little bit hanging. I know people are wanting more on where we're going with this. And the only way for you to find out more is to reach out to John or myself. John, what's your Instagram or Facebook handle?
It is John underscore Alvarado 5280 on Instagram and just John Alvarado on Facebook.
John Alvarado from Colorado.
that's
John Alvarado from
a
Colorado.
that's a different podcast.
Yeah. And anyone can reach out to me as well. It's just my name, Aaron Braithwaite, AARON, Braithwaite, all one word. And just, yes, hit me up on Facebook as well. We're literally on every platform. You can get us anywhere on pretty much all social medias. We're both on TikTok as well. TikTok. No, we don't do any stupid fucking dances, but we're on TikTok.
No.
We're on LinkedIn. We're everywhere available. Get out of your own way. Let's just
Yes.
start the conversation. This, like, mine or John's program may not be for you. It may not be for you, but there is a coaching program out there for you. There is someone out there that is willing to help you. There is someone out there willing to help every single one of us.
Yes. And you know what, Aaron? This is the thing. We'll even say this. We're even willing to help you find that program.
Yep.
If it's not our program, why are we going to gatekeep? Dude, there's plenty of
Mm.
programs, and we
Mm.
want men to be strong. We want men to reach out, and if they're reaching out and being vulnerable with us, we want to help you.
Awesome.
So if it's not our programs, man, hey, I'm not here to gatekeep. Why would I
Yeah.
do that? Hey, let's help you level up. If you're looking for the program
Yeah.
and it's not here, there's somebody out there that will
Yep.
work with you. So just reach out. That's the biggest thing. Just reach out and we will help you.
Now and just quickly before I go, I don't know, John, you're going to give our closing. So, we were talking about last episode. We were talking about Facebook groups. So I have the Warrior Brotherhood, which is literally an open group. It's a community of people getting together that they just want to be surrounded by, like-minded men, like-minded people, a tribe that is going to help them, put themselves into I guess into a space of, okay, step by step, little bit by little bit, I can become better. I've also got the Habit or Lifestyle Challenge, which is a free challenge. So if you want to hit me up on that, hit me on that. John, you've also got a Facebook community that you've started.
Yeah, yeah. My Facebook community is called Elevated Minds, and it is really just about a daily motivational post that you get. You're getting other like-minded people such as myself who want to go in there and add value. I'm constantly approving posts in there that are just they're game changing, and they're just honestly for your steady dose of just you need a quick kick in the butt, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to go to Elevated Minds and get my dose of just something that just is a gentle reminder that I'm doing good, or you know what, maybe that I'm not doing good. Either way, you're going to get in there and you're going to get a really, really great community. So, yeah, brother. I mean, those are our groups, and I love that you brought those up because those are game changing as well.
Mm, I agree. Guys, there you have it. Please leave the comments. Let us know. Let us know how you go. Drop some questions because we're very
Please,
happy to answer your questions on our next podcast. John, brother from another mother, thank you, man.
thank you,
Appreciate
my friend.
Love you,
Appreciate you.
bro.
Till next time.
Thank you, guys. Have yourself an amazing week.